So I was asked by one of my subscribers to address this topic for you guys, and I don't mind doing it. It's a video that I've done in the past, and it's when to sell a stock. When is the right time to sell a stock? And what indicators are you looking at when you are determining when it is that you'll sell a stock? Guys, welcome to the Independent Investor Channel. My name is Ryan. We're coming to you from New York City, New York. It's really cool to be with you guys to address this topic, when to sell a stock. And this really kind of plays into one of my fundamental aspects of investing, okay? A lot of people that I see when they execute a sell at the wrong time, okay? It's one of the very biggest mistakes that I've ever made in my investing career is hitting the sell button too early, honestly, or setting the sell button at the wrong time, all right? And one thing that you guys have to kind of understand is that when you enter into the stock market, you're entering into the stock market with long-term goals in mind, okay? And how do we take full advantage of those long-term gains? How do we not cut ourselves off in the short term to actually realize that goals? And remember what I talked about when you guys are starting your self-directed Roth IRA accounts. We are looking to house these good assets within the self-directed account to grow from $0 invested all the way up to $50,000, all right? Now you guys can take and you can fumble this information all you want, or you can say, Ryan, you're off your rocker, you're fine, whatever, I wanna sell when I wanna sell, fine, go ahead and do that. All right, to each his own, all right? I'm not your dad, I'm just a guy trying to provide information to you. But think about it from this perspective. I'm not going to tell you when the technical indicators will tell you when to sell, okay? Here's the deal. If you guys go, and if you want the real answer to this question and understand my underlying fundamental premise for this, look at any of the big blue chip companies, look at any of the companies in the S&P 500, and look at their historical rate of return. Their historical rate of return. You guys know what the historical rate of return is for Amazon? It's like 33,000%, all right? So you sit back for a second and you say, when could I have ever justified selling Amazon and not just owning it, right? And I think you'll find there that there is a theme amongst all the good quality assets that if you end up holding them long enough, they will end up really benefiting you in the long term, in that you'll start to dividend reinvest these programs, and you'll start that compounding growth off that we want to start. If you're continually cutting the top off the tree and continually shaving them down by prematurely hitting the sell button, you're going to affect your compounding capability later on in your life by doing that, okay? Especially in your ETF products, all right? Those ETF products are meant to be passive and they are meant to be owned over the long term. They are meant to be bought and held and funded. That's what they're built for. They are not built for, even though you have the ease of capability to sell ETFs like a stock, that's one of the benefits to it. But honestly, guys, you don't need to be worried so much about that if you are in the camp of 0 to 50,000. Why do I say that? Once you get from 0 to 50,000, that at 50,000, you're going to have some of your trading incentives kick in. And a lot of you guys are sitting there going, Ryan, you're crazy, because in my Robinhood account, I can trade for free. Yes, you can. You can trade all you want. And all 400 or 500 of those transactions that you rake up during the year, the IRS is going to come back and knock at your door at the end of at the beginning of tax season, okay? They're going to want their freaking money, all right? So you guys that think that you're winning the situation and you're beating the system in Robinhood, I've got news for you, okay? You shouldn't be selling any stock less than a year because you're not tax protected. You're in a brokerage account, for a lack of better terms, all right? So your time to sell should be never, or you should be eligible to sell, right? If you're saving the entry and exit fees post 365 days, that's it. To not pay tax on any earnings that you've made in that stock. So the philosophy is different in my retirement account in that when we're looking at investing for the long term and you're starting at 0, My goal for you guys is to get you from 0 to 50,000 as quickly as we can. We want to get up to that 50,000 and build that account as quickly as we can. So the answer to my subscriber when he talked to me about when the best time to sell stock is, if you're a beginning investor and you've got less than $50,000 capital inside your retirement account, you should never be looking to sell stock, never. You should be looking to buy, hold, fund, set them up for dividend reinvestment, and watch the assets grow. You will watch those assets grow, and you will watch them grow up to $50,000, tax protected and wealth preserved in that account, all right? Now, when we get to the $50,000 mark, that is when we can start to strategically enter into positions and start to accelerate our growth from that $50,000 mark up to that $500,000 mark, okay? Because the $500,000 mark is where we're going to start paring back some of those assets and start to safeguard some of those dollars into short and long-term bond funds and some safer assets as we start to approach and phase out as we start to get toward retirement. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this quick shot video on when to sell a stock. This is in response to one of my subscriber questions. If you guys have topics for me that you'd like me to address, I'm pretty good at taking that stuff for action for you guys. Hopefully the entire community of subscribers can benefit from my philosophy, as different as it may be from the next guy, all right? A technical reason to sell a stock is a whole lot different than a fundamental reason to sell a stock. Leave your comments at the bottom of the video, guys. Leave your ideas for me, and finally share the video out there with anybody that you know that maybe owns stock and doesn't quite know what to do with the buy, hold, and sell question. Maybe this video can kind of shed some light and kind of bracket them either into the 0-50,000 camp or the above $50,000 camp, and that might answer this question for them. Guys, thank you again for tuning in, and good luck in your investment future.